So Chennedy Carter is a player for nobody right now. Absolutely nobody.
Considered one of the top 10 in your field. Now imagine being so unwanted that you can't even get hired. That's the shocking reality for WNBA star Chennedy Carter right now. She's gone from rising star to league pariah, faster than a fast break.
She is not playing basketball, and we've now got a situation where we've got one of the 15 best players in the world just not in the league. Just not in the league.
Well, as it seems. You might be wondering, what did Carter do? That was so terrible. Well, let me tell you, it's not about what she did. It's about what others have done and gotten away with. We're about to uncover the WNBA's dirty little secret. And trust me, you won't believe what we found. But a week where a lot of people were doing some revisionist history on Chennedy Carter. And Chennedy Carter's time in Atlanta, Chennedy Carter's time in Los Angeles. Oh, the revisionist history. Oh, you gotta love it. Sports, right? 1 minute, you're on top of the world. The next, you're wondering if you'll ever play again. That's exactly what happened to Chennedy Carter. Let's take a trip back to when Carter was the talk of the WNBA. Remember her rookie season. She wasn't...
Because have we ever seen a player this talented? A player this talented be out of a league? Genuinely, I don't think we have. Off the top of my head, I can't remember a player who was top 10 be out of the league without doing something crazy.
Hits left and right, averaging a whopping 17.4 points per game. Can you believe that she wasn't just playing well, she was putting up numbers that had people comparing her to some of the all-time greats in the WNBA? It's like she came out of nowhere and suddenly...
Chennedy Carter is a f***ing beast. Top 10, top 5 in the league. But guess what she also is? She's impatient. She's not with the fake tough guy talk. She's not with the fake tough act. Courtney, fight me or shut up, Courtney. Put your hands up or shut your mouth.
What went wrong? Well, that's where this story takes a wild turn. It all started with a little incident during a game. Carter and her teammate Courtney Williams got into it, and things got heated fast. Williams was trying to get Carter more involved in the game, but instead of taking the advice, Carter just...
I'm left feeling a type of way. So when we're talking about Chennedy Carter and Courtney Williams getting into a fight when she was at the Atlanta Dream, Courtney Williams comes up to Chennedy Carter. According to the report, Dream guard Courtney Williams implored Carter in the first quarter to get more engaged in the game and cheered for her teammates from the bench. An argument ensued between the two teammates, and Carter did not re-enter the game after the opening quarter.
Carter didn't just cool off and get back in the game. Nope, she didn't play again that night. And here's where things really start to spiral out of control. Reports say that after the game, Carter approached Williams and said she wanted to fight. Can you imagine this wasn't just a little once-caught disagreement anymore? This was turning into a full-blown team crisis.
Oh, so Courtney Williams, who everybody loves, who's never gotten into issues, this is somebody who's already had an altercation at a previous stop? This Courtney Williams, who probably came over to Chennedy Carter her rookie season on some hot shit? Chennedy Carter, who, by the way, in her rookie season, averaged more points than Courtney Williams.
From being the future of the league to being benched. And then before you know it, she was traded. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. You can see it coming, but you can't look away. And now here's the kicker. Carter's not just struggling to find a starting spot, she can't even get signed to a team. The Chicago Sky didn't even give her a qualifying offer. Why? Because they were worried no other team would want her. That's how bad things have gotten.
They were scared, that nobody would want her and they would be forced to keep her. They would rather let her go for nothing than potentially be able to trade her because they realized no one wanted her.
Interesting. Carter's behaviour wasn't great, sure, but is it really so much worse than what other players have done? Think about it. We've seen players in the NBA and WNBA do some pretty crazy stuff on the court. Remember Draymond Green's on-court antics? Or how about Elisa Thomas's choke slam on Angel Reese? Those were some serious moves, but those players are still...
And plenty of people, like Alyssa Thomas got a max contract. Alyssa Thomas chokeslammed Angel Reese. She's all W first team. She chokeslammed Angel Reese.
She chokes slammed D Reese. So what's different about Carter, some people are saying? It's not just about what she did, but about how other players feel about her. Team T are scared to sign her because they think it might cause problems in the locker room. And get this, some players might even refuse to sign with teams that have Carter on their...
But for Chennedy Carter, I don't even know what she did wrong last year. I actually do not know what Chennedy Carter did wrong last year. Like, other than be a little bit of a pain. She cheap shot at Caitlin Clark, cool. Like plenty of people cheap shot at players over the years.
Cheap shotted Caitlin Clark, cool. Like plenty of people cheap shotted players over the years. But here's the thing, some critics are saying Carter might be worth the headache for a team that's close to being great, but just needs that extra push. They're saying that even though someone like Jewel Lloyd might be a better fit for a team's locker room...
According to her, like, she's not coming off the bench. She's not, like, or obviously, they don't know if she can play with certain teammates. It's now a thing where teams are legitimately not going to sign, or players are not going to sign with teams if Chennedy Carter's there. So it genuinely seems like it's a awful situation for her.
But Carter must have really messed up to be treated this way. Hold up, because we're about to dive into some WNBA drama that'll make your head spin. Are we looking at a level playing field, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? We've seen Draymond Green just
consistently assault people and on the court, and it'd be fine. But like, we're now at the stage where it's like, obviously Stewie hasn't signed, she'll sign, but like Chennedy Carter is by far the best player not signed.
Remember Courtney Williams? She was caught on camera in a 2-on-1 fight outside a food truck. You'd think that'd be a career ender. Right, nope. She's still playing in the league like nothing happened, and get this, it wasn't even her first rodeo. Back in 2018, she had another altercation with her teammate Alex Bentley. But apparently that's all water under the bridge now, as much as like Chennedy Carter.
As much as like Chennedy Carter, yeah, she fought a teammate. Plenty of WNBA players have fought teammates. I mean, there's plenty of them. Courtney Williams fought a teammate. And like, people love Courtney Williams.
A game. You'd expect some serious consequences. Right, wrong. She just got a max contract. Can you believe it? Critics are saying Thomas's actions were way more dangerous than anything Carter did, but here she is, still a top player in the league. So it's like if you're saying, oh,
So it's like if you're saying, oh, she like cheap shot at Caitlin Clark. So did plenty of people. So did Alyssa Thomas. Let's not forget what Alyssa Thomas did was infinitely more dangerous than what Chennedy Carter did. Like, as the screen was coming, she shoulder barged her in the face. Like, what she did was infinitely more dangerous, and people don't seem to care. People just don't seem to care whatsoever.
Even wilder. Let's talk about Brittany Griner. She was seen throwing haymakers at another player during a game. You'd think that would be a big no-no, right? But guess what? It didn't lead to any significant repercussions. It's like the league has different rule books for different players. But yeah, it's a tough one. It is a tough one, because obviously what the individual actions of...
But yeah, it's a tough one. It is a tough one because obviously what the individual actions of Chennedy Carter are not that much, don't seem to be that much worse than stuff that a lot of WNBA players have done. Players still in the WNBA.
Carter, it's got people talking about double standards and wondering if there's more to this story than just what happens on the court. Chennedy Carter probably looked at her up and down. Go on somewhere, sit.
Chennedy Carter probably looked at her up and down. Go on somewhere, sit down, get out of here somewhere.
Hey, Rook, you gotta cheer. You gotta do something, Rook. Man, sit down somewhere.
To have a different set of rules when it comes to player conduct and discipline. It's like they're playing favourites and Carter's not on the guest list. So I know a lot of people are probably surprised by this, and a lot of people are shocked that Chicago Sky decided.
So I know a lot of people are probably surprised by this, and a lot of people are shocked that Chicago Sky decided not to keep her, but obviously this is why the Chicago Sky did not extend the qualifying offer to her. The reason why Chicago Sky didn't extend the qualifying offer